Hey, what is up guys? GuitarRock here, welcome back to another Brown Dust video. Alright, so extremely hyped with the updates. Alright, so plenty of new things for you to buy. We have the Mid-Autumn Festival package alongside with a bunch of cool events. Damn, like there's just more events than I initially thought. Like you didn't even really notice this in the patch notes itself. We have the Jaden's Mooncake gift box. You get 10 Legend Scrolls, you get 400 diamonds, you get 5-star skill books alongside and campaign event. This is like an extreme bonus right here. This is something that you can easily do in one day. So notice that it's applicable in normal or hard. And then we have this particular thing still going on. And of course, the black market alongside with some quiz. Alright, so now let's have a look at Dalvi, Kaoli, how good they are, etc. after the post patch. Alright, so I do have screenshots basically of the stats, skills, etc. Of how they were before. So we are going to compare them pre-patch, post-patch, Dalvi, Kaoli, Nia, Alicia. Let's go. Alright, so first up, obviously we're going to focus on Dalvi. Let's look at the stats. Alright, so the stats, nothing has changed. 727 attack, 2.1k HP. Alright, exactly the same right there. Crit rate, crit damage, same. Notice that now Dalvi has increased agility. Alright, so this is not something that you might notice. If I never posted this screenshot right here, no one would ever notice. Oh, 40% agi. I do have screenshots of Dalvi's skill immediately at +10, so we're gonna compare that later on. But for now, let's analyze at a short period in terms of the amount that you're getting every single skill. Alright, so at level 0, you're just getting everything as it is. Dalvi's skill increases her defense by 35%, alright, when she's in Fox form. Okay, so going on forward, she will have 35% defense and increase in attack. Attack times 125, 150, and then level 3, she unlocked this particular skill. Agi before battle, increased by percentage of attack. So that will increase even more, all the way up to +6. And now you get some reduced incoming damage. I have no idea why do you need this skill when you already have 100% defense. But I guess this is more to counter certain heroes that can go through 100% defense. Something like Wilhelmina, I guess. So that will reduce Wilhelmina's incoming damage in a way. Alright, +7. So 35% defense still. Alright, and then of course you get this healing every turn when the transformation ends. So now when you move on to +8, 200%. Alright, so this is how it is like previously at skill level 10. Alright, at skill level 10 previously it's exactly 200% minus the defense increase. So now this is cool. At +9, defense +65%, and at +10, defense +100%. Alright, so ideally, if you have Dalvi, get her up to +10 ASAP. So that, I would say, is the minimum requirement for her to be extremely useful. At +10 Dalvi, she will have the ability to have 100% defense. She can immediately replace your Lillian. Alright, so just like that, she can replace your Lillian. She will be able to basically both tank and attack enemy. So notice that she also deals fixed damage. So she's gonna be better than Wilhelmina in certain cases where she will just straight up deal a fixed amount of damage. It's kind of a good and a bad thing at the same time, because in world boss or in areas where you cannot crit, you need to deal insane amount of damage. Fixed damage will not be as useful. Fixed damage means that she cannot crit at all. So ideally, runes wise, I would say go for 2 assault runes with something like a substat that gives agi, since that's what she can benefit from. Alright, moving on forward. Applies charm to the enemy who attacks. Alright, so she has this particular skill right now. This is a charm counter similar to Iris. 4-star Iris has this as well. So anyone who attacks her, if they are not immune to attack interference, will receive the charm. Alright, so one thing to note though, Barbara is gonna be able to one-shot her because of this particular skill. It's a reflective counter, so that means, you know, Barbara will be able to deal bonus damage against her. Alright, before we move forward, let's just compare her skills at +10. So this is what she has previously. Alright, so just attack times 200%, and of course, in terms of the damage, Previously, she has this particular bonus skill which heals basically by instant healing whenever she hits the enemy. Alright, and that was removed. So now we have the healing as well. So you can notice that we have more healing now as opposed to previous. There's only 5% healing. And then she has one more skill, which is this particular one. So right now at plus 10, and compared to the previous plus 10, you can see we're definitely getting a huge buff right here. 50% additional attack. And this is what she has previously in terms of after normal attack, she will increase her agi. So that one is not as useful as something like debuff immunity, which she has right now. Definitely this is going to be way better. So debuff immune is king. So that means she will not be affected by attack interference, stats weakening, DOT. Nothing can counter her. She's just like an invisible unit in terms of status elements and stuff. Alright, so keep that in mind. And of course her awakening skill has changed. So previously it's 65% defense before normal attack. So now that has changed. Now she has this curse counter, which makes more sense. Alright, so moving on, plus 11, she gets even more attack based on AG conversion. Plus 12, 100%. Alright, so from plus 10 to plus 12, I would say is a pretty decent huge gap. So what this means that she will, when her transformation ends, instead of 8 turns, she now has only 4 turns. So that means that she will have a cooldown of 4 turns before she can transform back into the fox form. So ideally, I would say this is better. You are sacrificed a little bit of healing, but you're getting to stay in the fox form longer. So to use Dalvi can be complicated. Just imagine that she's a Lacklist in terms of she has 2 different moods, a human and fox form. Alright, in human she's vulnerable to everything, while in fox form she gets the 100% defense. That's what you want. Alright, so plus 13, attack increase by 250%, plus 14, 300%, which is extremely insane, and then all the way to plus 15. Alright, so here's my opinion on her. Serious investment. If you want to go all the way to plus 15 to get the bonus range, go ahead. Bear in mind this is a 3 tile range, not a 5 tile. So that means if you want to benefit from all the ranges, you need to place her in the middle lane. If you place her at top or bottom, she's going to miss like 1 tile in the entire row. Alright, so keep that in mind. So now, if you are on a budget in terms of skill books, level up, things like that, what's the minimum that you should go for? I would say plus 10, because that is where you get the 100% defense. Anything below that, plus 9 might work, but you might need to substitute maybe a shield rune or something, and yeah, that's going to be a little bit finicky to use. Ideally at plus 10, she will get most of her kits up, and that's going to be more than enough in most cases. I feel like if you can go all the way to plus 12, it would be even better. I don't think plus 13 and plus 14 is necessary. With good buffs, I believe she's going to one-hit KO almost anyone. But that's just my opinions for now. That might change later on depending on how many tanky units there are. Alright, so let's move on to Kaoli. Okay, so first things first, we're gonna notice the stats increase in terms of HP. Alright, so from 7,700 all the way to 18,000. So this is base HP, so not including runes yet. So that means she can go up extremely high. Alright, so in terms of crit rate, increased by 5%. That is extremely interesting. Alright, so let's dive into the skills. We're gonna have a look at them individually at each skill level. Okay, so plus 1, plus 2, plus 3, you're just improving upon the Titan Strike. This is something similar to what Cecilia has. Alright, all the way to plus 5, more healing when you kill an enemy. Alright, so at plus 6 is ideally where you want her to be, but only 4 turns taunt though at plus 6. So plus 7, some healing, plus 8 even more healing. Wait, this is permanent before battle. Wow, 6% healing is gonna be beneficial, and it's permanent before battle as well. And of course she has the reflect. Okay, so plus 9, I would say that's where the sweet spot is. You get 8 turns taunt. I think 4 turns is kind of hard to utilize. At plus 9, that's where you get the 8 turns taunt. Alright, so we're going to compare max HP healing and incoming damage times 20% instant healing. Similar to Cecilia's skill. Alright, so I like this barrier healing thing. Okay, let's compare her skills with the previous one. So at plus 10, she has the same one, looks like. Exact same skill. Okay, previously she has the advanced regeneration, so now that has changed. That has changed to this particular skill right now. So the good thing is this is going to be permanent as opposed to the previous one. It only activates after normal attack. So I feel like the renewed version is better. And of course the taunt is 8 turns as opposed to 4. Alongside with some incoming damage reduction. That's definitely going to be beneficial. So previous version she has stats weakening, attack reduction. Now it's more like a reflect, kind of reflecting damage in a way. It's kind of good. Alright, going on to plus 10. At plus 11 you get more Titan Strike. Plus 12, I feel like plus 12 is where she's at. With the crit rate, you're gonna be able to basically bounce off and reflect more damage. This is what makes her kit similar to Aaron. Alright, so at plus 13, yeah, sure, you get, oh, now it's more turns and more taunt, more incoming damage reduction as well. Cool. And 50% to 75%, that is going to be useful. And of course all the way at plus 15 she gets even stronger. Alright, so ideally Kaoli, I feel like she's more beginner friendly. I think plus 9 is gonna be usable in most cases. 8 turns taunt is more than enough most of the time. You don't really need to go all the way high up there. So yeah, that's my personal thoughts and opinions on her. Alright, moving on to the next one, let's have a look at Alicia. Okay, so they buff her a lot. Okay, so she has more attack now. Alright, so more HP. Wow, more crit rate, more crit damage. Damn, her stats are getting an insane rework. Okay, now let's have a look at her skills. We're just going to compare her at plus 10 all the way because 4-star, since 4-star skill books are more easily obtainable, I don't think I'll be making a comparison of every single level. But ideally, from what I noticed, look at this. At plus 5, this particular ultimate strike deals 100%, alright? But all the way at plus 10, it deals 200%. So ideally, from what I noticed, the sweet spot, you want to go to plus 10 at least. You can deal insane damage, but her ultimate strike gets even stronger all the way. 200% with healing at plus 12, 300% at plus 15, 350%. That is pretty high for a 4-star. And I'm pretty sure she might be able to one-shot some of the 5-stars out there with such a strong kit and with all the buffs going into her. Alright, we're going to compare at plus 10. So this is what she has previously. Okay, so exactly the same, 24 turns minus the stats. Alright, and then we have this particular skill, Ultimate Strike. Previously it's 150%, now they improve it to 200%. And of course the Prohibition, 24 turns, still the same, 35%, but this time once she goes to plus 14, it gets to 65%, which is insane. Alright, so basically they just changed up her entire skill for the Awakening skill, so now it's Ignore Taunt as opposed to like sort of a reflective counter previously. I like this particular skill more. It makes more sense because she's not a tank. Why is she having a skill that when enemy hits her, they get frozen? I mean, that makes sense for Glacier, someone who is a defender. It doesn't make sense for Alicia though, because she's going to like die, evaporate like water since she's so squishy. So I don't think like, why are you giving her like a tank skill, you know? Taunt Ignore, this makes more sense. Alright, she's going to wreck. I think she might be actually good in the underground arena. I could be wrong, but that's where this kind of skills usually shine. And when people try to use Taunt to cheese, just put an Alicia and they are going to be forced to deal with her and gonna get wrecked by her. That you can't taunt away her attacks. Okay, so moving on to the last one, we have Nia. Let's have a look. Where is she? Where is Nia? Okay, first up, stats. Same attack, same HP, slightly more defense, I like it. And slightly, wait, that's just about it. Slightly more defense. 2% increase in defense. Good buff right there. Alright, let's have a look at the skills all the way at plus 10. Okay, so previously at plus 10, this is how much she has. 63% attack, alright, it's still the same, looks like. Alright, in terms of her advanced sanguination, so this is what she has previously. So the exact same thing. Previously she has 12 turns DOT, but they reduced it to 6 turns, and they added one special bonus. Right now it will basically deal ultimate strike if she is able to crit. So that is awesome. That means that every time she crits, she will deal additional 25% additional damage. Definitely very cool. Alright, and go on to the third skill at +10. This is exactly the same with the previous one, and of course the edgy. Alright, her skills are very similar. Alright, nothing much changed with the exception that now they added this ultimate strike thing. Definitely a good buff, and of course improve in her defense. I'm not sure if that's going to help her at all. She's still going to die getting one shot. But overall, +12. Alright, you get even more reduction. 25%, so go up to 35%. So this skill, alright, incoming damage, definitely good, I guess. But once it goes up all the way, it's just more attack. The attack scales better, 50% now. And the ultimate strike is attack times 50%. So that is 4 times anyway. So that is going to be awesome in a way. Alright guys, so definitely if you are invested, if you want to invest in Nia, or if you want to invest in Alicia, I think they are worth it. I'm not sure how good they are in the Novice Arena though. Like in terms of Novice, like you can take this as a general guideline. I do think that Cry is going to dominate the Novice Arena for a long period of time. So I do think that if you want to invest in a good Novice unit right now, like I recently did achieve top 10 and I did make a video of it, definitely go for Cry. Nia and Alicia, they are more of niche units. They are going to be good maybe in world bosses, etc, Evil Castle, and of course in the regular arena. Actually, Nia is going to counter Lucius because of her 4 multi-hit, so that is going to be something that you can take advantage of. Okay, so that's gonna be it for my thoughts and analysis. Let me know what you guys think as well in the comments below. As always, if you're new here, subscribe, give this video a like, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a nice day. Goodbye.
Yeah. All day and all night, we'd stay up, it felt so right. We were so young, we were so dumb. We would get drunk and then hook up. We were okay, we were alright, staying awake till the sunrise. We were in love, couldn't stop us, like a good drug, never enough. We'd hook up in my car, drive it so far, play your guitar, you'd show me your art, let down our guards, think with our hearts, stare at the stars. We were never apart, drinking too young, way too much fun, out in the sun, or pain when it's gone.